Welcome to Stogie Palace. I'm your host Chris. Today I have the Garofalo. This is from Two Guys Smoke Shop. It's a 5x50 robusto. It's rated as mild. I've had it for about 6 weeks. Came in the Cigar Authority care package. They sell these for $6.49 for a single stick at 2guyscigars.com. The number 2, guyscigars.com. The wrapper is Ecuador, Connecticut. As you may or may not know, not always my favorite wrapper. Made in Nicaragua, and this is a Perdomo cigar. Did a very shallow cut because a lot of times when there's a shallow graduation of the cap and kind of a flat head, and especially with a thin wrapper like this, it can crack. And sure enough, right after I cut it, that happened. Even though the cut was nowhere near that crack. And it's already splitting a little here at the foot too. Very loose straw. It's got a nice flavor to it. Creamy, nutty is what comes to my mind. So, without any further ado, let's get this thing lit up. So, not really into mild cigars, but give this a shot. Number one, got it in the care package. Number 2, Perdomo makes it. Nice smell. Number 3, I haven't eaten dinner yet, so this is like a pre-dinner cigar. Hopefully it doesn't wreck me. I can't believe that it would. But, he put his name on it. David Garofalo, that is, owner of Two Guys Cigar Shop. See what it's like. Should have showed you the end of it before I lit it, but in the middle there was a darker, in the filler there was some darker tobacco in the inside there. Nice and easy, I'll tell you that. It's actually got a very nice smell to it. Lots of smoke, look at that. That's some pretty thick billowing smoke. Got a campfire kind of smell to it. But I'm getting that bitterness that I often get with Connecticut. It's a lot of smoke. So from Two Guys Smoke Shop's website, it says Garofalo cigars are handmade in Esteli, Nicaragua, using a proprietary blend of Nicaraguan fillers from the Jalapa Valley for its natural sweetness and from Esteli for its strength and character. Later aged for 4 full years. The wrapper is from Ecuador, using seed from USA, Connecticut, grown to a beautiful golden color. Always a little too thin for my liking. The finished cigar has been sitting in age rooms for 6 full months to marry the blend until it's reached optimum flavor. Only then is it shipped. The flavor is rich and rewarding while elegant and refined. The appearance of the Garofalo cigar outer wrapper shows a mild smoke, but it is more medium plus in strength, and can be smoked to well past the band without any harsh taste exposed. This is due to the long aging process of Garofalo's cigars' fine tobaccos. It comes in 4 sizes: Robusto, Toro, Churchill, and Torpedo. I will say right off the bat, it took me, this happens a lot with me, maybe with you too, it took me back in time to cigars that I was smoking back in the early 90s, right before the boom. There were cigars like this. I'm not talking about Cubans, but they were probably Dominican, Dunhills. They were very similar in aroma and flavor. Especially the foot smoke. But the finish, it's a little on the dry, and I'm not going to go as far as saying ashy. I'm not trying to deride this cigar at all, but it's just quite dry. So the story goes that Dick Perdomo presented this to David Garofalo, and said this was his to market, sell, whatever, and I guess they've been doing that for a while now. Sort of. I mean, this is in my mind because Perdomo, and of course, you know, some of the better Connecticut's I've had were Perdomos actually, and so this sort of reminds me of maybe the ESV 2002, the natural one. With the shape, easy draw. We'll see how that burn line is. That's a kind of a thick burn line, and it's something they talk about a lot on their podcast. Is sometimes they call it a mascara line. I guess if you're a chick. But the burn line, thin burn line, shows that it's really good aged and fermented tobacco. Yeah, I guess it's kind of tightening up a little bit there. So anyway, not a bad start. There's a little bit, it's hard to explain that aroma. It's not the Corojo that I love, or the San Andreas, or even some of the Ecuador Habanos. But there's something else in there. I don't know if it's in the binder or the filler that's helping it as far as the aroma. And it's probably the same thing that's helping it with the strength that when they mention medium plus. So, good start. Great smoke output. Perfect draw. This seems like it would be pretty easy cigar to just plow through one after another. I can see why Mr. Garofalo and friends that smoke several cigars a day can just pick up and put these down constantly all day long, especially if it's mild to medium. So, not too bad start. Hope it doesn't wreck me before dinner. So let's keep going. Oh, Midway check-in, 35 minutes in, going kind of quick. I'm getting a little concerned about that. As I drop ashes all over it's getting kind of flaky, dropped all over my keyboard here, but a little concerned about that. It's kind of falling apart there, which, sad to say, happens too often with Perdomos. I'm not really sure why. I don't understand it. You could say user error, but I take pretty good care of my cigars, and it looked fine before I cut it, which was very shallow. It's half the humidity out here though, but still 32% for where I am is not bad. Anyway, it's drawn perfectly. It's burning pretty evenly. Ash was strong for the first third, but it's a little flaky and loose now. But mild flavor, not objectionable at all, and it's overall pretty enjoyable. Let me try a retro. A little bit of a zing, actually. Smoke bomb, for sure. Anyway, just want to update on how it's going. Decent, nice aroma. Not bad. I'm an hour and 26 minutes in to this Garofalo Robusto. So I'm going to wrap it up here. One thing that kind of got my attention when I read that description: can be smoked to well past the band point without any harsh taste exposed. It was funny, at the back end inside of the band point is when all of a sudden it wouldn't stay lit very well. I had to apply heat to it 2 or 3 times. You know, $6.49. If it was half that price, I would be willing to put up with that and not mark it down for it. For that price point, though, you shouldn't have to keep doing that. You know, a good cigar for me, performance is really, really important. Not having to relight, touch up, if there's any canoeing, which there was never any canoeing with this. I just had to keep applying heat to it. But overall, I like it. I can't really say too many bad things about it. I mean, granted, I'm biased. Connecticut's not my favorite, but this is a good, mild cigar. I was a little afraid about the end here kind of falling apart on me, but it's holding together. I don't think I'd be using my Havana Saver on this. I think that would make it completely fall apart. So, you know, I'm pretty close to just putting it down. But appearance-wise, decent looking band. Wrapper, you know, it's okay. The burn and the aroma's nice. It's Connecticut, so it's not my favorite aroma, but it's good. Taste, mild. I just, for that one little area, got a little bit of bitterness there, a little bit of dryness, but that didn't last. It's been overall actually a pretty enjoyable cigar. Would I buy more at this price point? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth that. Especially because of my wheelhouse where it is. If you're into mild, medium cigars, this would probably be something you'd want to buy lots and lots of and sit around, enjoy a cigar, not think about it. I guess maybe I overthink cigars. I admit, guilty as charged. But then again, a lot of the time when I'm smoking a cigar, I'm really paying a lot of attention to it, so I can give you an estimate of my opinion of it. I pay a lot of attention to it. It's not in a social setting, you know, kicking back, just smoking cigars with guys. If you want, this would probably be a great cigar if you're with people that aren't big cigar smokers. They don't want to turn green. You don't want to turn them off to it. It's mild enough to not be too rough on a newer cigar smoker. Or if you just can't handle medium to full or full body cigars, which thankfully I can lately, and I enjoy them quite a bit. The darker, richer, more robust flavors, I guess you can, rich flavors. So strength, mild to medium. It's gonna last an hour and a half, more than an hour and a half or so. I end up rating this a 92, which is pretty good for a Connecticut in my book. Once again, this is a exclusive for Two Guys Cigars, and I think they're going to be opening up some spots for their care package. The occasionally maligned care package, I might add. When this was sent out, and then the month after that, where they were sending off some house brands, a lot of people were kind of complaining about it. I don't know if they realized that this was actually a Perdomo, because these are often the same guys that are big into Perdomo. So it's an enjoyable cigar. So once again, this is the Garofalo from David Garofalo and Nick Perdomo. I listen to that show every week, and I hope for nothing but the best for their company and, of course, Perdomo. And this is Chris at Stogie Palace. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.